A former businesswoman from China's Liaoning province has been denied medical parole after developing severe hypertension in prison. Her daughter, a San Diego resident, says the Chinese regime has been persecuting her mother for practicing Falun Gong.
Wang Chunyan was a successful businesswoman from Dalian in China's northeastern Liaoning province. In 1999, she started practicing Falun Gong, a traditional Chinese spiritual discipline with Buddhist and Taoist principles. That same year, on July 22nd, the Chinese Communist Party launched a brutal persecution campaign, attempting to eradicate the practice, forcing adherents to renounce their beliefs. Since then, Wang's life took a turn. Her daughter Yu Ping says she was arrested many times and in 2001 was illegally sentenced to 2 years in prison. As she continued to practice Falun Gong, Wang was arrested again in 2007 and sentenced to 5 years in prison. She's now held at the Liaoning Women's Prison. Yu Ping, who lives in San Diego, says prison officials notified her family in May that her mother had hypertension. Wang's blood pressure was so high, it placed her above stage 4 hypertension, a condition needing immediate medical attention and which could result in organ failure. But Yu says prison officials have denied her mother medical parole.
My mum never had any cardiovascular problems before she was persecuted. In particular, she stayed very healthy after practicing Falun Gong. So her high blood pressure problem definitely has to do with her being persecuted in jail.
Yu's mother is not the only one in her family victimized by the Chinese Communist Party's persecution of Falun Gong. Yu says her father died in 2001 after trying to defend her mother from authorities.
My father became the target of the police's persecution. One time, after he had an argument with the police, he disappeared for 3 days. He was then found unconscious on the floor at home. He was taken to the hospital but died a month later. He never regained consciousness during that time, so no one knows what happened to him.
Yu Ping has been reaching out to the international community, calling on the Chinese regime to release her mother.